Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. It's been almost 3 months since we've uploaded a video on this channel, but we are back. Tottenham Hotspur have entered a new era. Antonio Conte, Christian Stellini, and Ryan Mason have kind of departed their coaching roles. Ryan Mason still, I believe, at the club, but everyone else is gone. And Ange Postecoglou, the 50-something-year-old from Australia, has come in to take the hot seat at Tottenham Hotspur. He's our new head coach, and I think things are really going to be promising with him at the helm. We're going to make more videos about, you know, previews to this upcoming season, what we want to see. Of course, the Harry Kane situation is a huge matter of interest. All the transfers that we've brought in, those will all be videos that are coming in the next couple of days. Maybe not before Brentford, but definitely in the next couple of days. We'll try and get some content out, restart this channel ahead of the 2023-2024 season. But before the season does start, I want to quickly talk about our latest friendly that we just played, which was the 2-4 loss to Barcelona. Yes, it was a loss, and on paper it doesn't look like we did very good. We were beaten by 2 goals, but Ansu Fati and Ezalzouli both scored the goals past the 90th minute. So that is one point to look at, is that we were 2-2. We were going eye for eye with one of Barcelona's better teams, in all honesty. And then they made a lot of subs to refresh their team completely. They had players like Lewandowski, Torres, Balde, Alonso, Roberto, Araujo. Lots of top players in that lineup for Barcelona, and I think we had gone out there with a very, very good look in our team. I think Ange has made a huge impact on the squad already. The lineup we put out was a very B team, almost C team lineup. This was clearly because we have maybe 2 more days until the first game of the new season, so there's no point risking players like Romero, like Udogie, like you know, Romero, Van de Ven, Madison, Højbjerg, Son. There's no reason to risk any of those players by bringing them all the way out to Barcelona. So it was a very, very backup team that we played there. New signing Vicario was in goal. Our back line was Pedro Porro, Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer, and Reguilon. If you look at that in years past, there is no defensive stability in that. And honestly, I think we were only exploited by one specific point this time in each goal. I think Reguilon and Dyer were the real weak points in this defense. I think Sanchez and Porro really held their ground well. Maybe for the first goal, Porro could have done better, but past that first goal, Porro and Sanchez played very, very well. Bissouma and Skip in midfield looked absolutely unbelievable. Bissouma's going to be a huge player for us. He's taken that 8 number after Harry Winks was sold by the club for 10 million to Leicester City. But Yves Bissouma is going to be a huge player for us this season, and I think Oliver Skip will be too. He scored a brace, both of our goals against Barcelona. I think Oliver Skip will be a huge player for us because Ange clearly likes him. He said a lot of good things about him in the press conferences, so I think he'll be a big player for us, those 2 midfielders. Our front, well, we played a 4-2-3-1 really, so that midfield 3 was Manor Solomon, the free transfer on the left. He came in from Shakhtar Donetsk, and I think he's been very promising this preseason. He is, I think, going to be a very much an impact winger. Sub-impact is going to be huge for him, but he's also a very good option to rotate in and out if, say, Son or Kulusevski has injury problems or they're just not performing well. I think Solomon is a really good option to bring in off the bench or start for a couple games if we need to. Perisic with the same thing. Putting him up front, kind of in that attacking role, completely eliminates his defensive weaknesses, so all he really needs is his crossing ability, his dribbling ability, and we know that Perisic is probably one of the best crossers in the game right now. His crosses, when they come off, are unbelievable. So I think having Perisic take up more of a winger spot is way more beneficial to us than having him play at a wingback, because we know when he played at wingback, he was a huge defensive liability. With his, you know, his pace going down, he just wasn't able to keep up sometimes. But having him in an attacking position kind of eliminates his weaknesses and just highlights his strengths. And then in the middle, a man revived Giovanni Lo Celso. He spent a lot of time out on loan while he's been contracted to Tottenham Hotspur. Villarreal, he went on to loan twice, and he really shined there. But he's come back to Tottenham, and this preseason, he has been unbelievable, I think. He's scored 2 goals, one against West Ham, one against Lion City Sailors. But he has been a huge part to our team this preseason. If any of you've watched the games from start to finish, you'll see that Lo Celso has had a huge impact. But it's not so much on the assist or goals front. It's more the pre-assist. It's moving the ball around, winning the ball back, and then driving it upfield. He's a really good ball carrier, in my opinion, and I think he's going to be a huge asset to have. I know a lot of people talked about more of an Ndombele, you know, rebound this summer, but I don't think Ndombele has much of a future here. And clearly, if Ange had to choose between Lo Celso and Ndombele, I think he's going to go for Lo Celso. I think he really likes him, and the way he fits into Ange's play style is almost like a puzzle piece. It's perfect. And then, of course, up top is Richarlison. Now, pending this whole Kane situation, he's due to make a decision in the next 24 to 48 hours. If Kane leaves, Richarlison could become our starting new number 9. I'm still on the fence a little bit about him. He hasn't been incredibly great, but I think in this system, he's definitely going to work better. He's playing in his actual position. And a striker's job, it seems, in Ange's position is just to stay up there and finish. You know, provide a little bit of pressure, but when the ball comes to you, finish. And Richarlison is really good at that. He's an excellent poacher. So I think Richarlison will be a huge asset to our team this season. But yeah, Ange has got us playing some incredible play styles so far this preseason. We may have lost a couple of them, but I think we've shown a lot of progress over the last couple of games. So I think it's going to be huge to see how the season starts. Of course, James Maddison is a huge addition. I don't know how we picked him up for only 40 million. But he is going to be a huge addition. His quality is just unbelievable. And he's the first Eriksen-type attacking midfielder that we've had in a long time. So having a player like that, a creative player, is going to be really important. Of course, Van de Ven at left center back is a huge signing. He complements Romero beautifully. Having kind of that defensive stability at the back, because Romero has not had the best of times playing with Dyer, Sanchez, or Longley. So I think Romero and Van de Ven is going to be a very strong center back pairing, especially in an Ange system where we play a high line and, you know, defenders are expected to run a lot and take risks. Romero and Van de Ven are very good at that. On top of that, Ashley Phillips signed from Blackburn Rovers, and Alejo Vélez from Rosario Central, 2 very up-and-coming players. And it seems like Ange is more taking control of this transfer window. It's not so much what the clubs wants, it's what Ange wants and how the player will fit into his system. So that's very nice to see. It's finally, like, you know, Daniel Levy taking less control over transfers, and now it's up to Ange and his coaching team to decide who fits into the squad the best. And I think he's going to make some really good decisions, because I think we've picked up some excellent players so far. Van de Ven being one of them, Phillips, Solomon, Maddison, and the fees haven't been ridiculously high. You know, I think the only, like, really high one was James Maddison, and still, that was barely 45 million euros. So I think we've gotten a good deal. I think we've done pretty solid in the transfer window, but I think a lot will depend on what happens after the Kane situation. If he leaves, will we buy a player like Gift Orban, you know, another backup striker? Because having only Richarlison is not enough, so we'll need another striker, and I think Gift Orban is a really good one. But if Kane does stay, are we going to invest a little bit in the defense? If Kane goes, will we use that money to buy maybe Tapsoba or Schur, or someone like that Ange really likes? So it's a lot to look at in the next couple of weeks. But I think Ange has got us going in a really good direction. We have no European football this year, so a lot of the focus is going to be on Premier Leagues and domestic cups. And I think we have a huge chance to win trophies, because this is the best football we played in years. I mean, the manager is attacking, he wants to win, and we're buying players that actually, you know, is not so much of that bottling mentality. Dyer, Sanchez, you could say. A lot of those players who have been here for a long time, they're being kind of replaced by these new players who have they're young, but they have a huge mentality, and I think it's going to be huge for our club. So I'm excited for this season. We're going to do more videos about looking ahead at Tottenham Hotspur this season, but I'm very excited. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And once again, come on, you Spurs!